You're unhappy, you're stressed, depressed, and think that someone maybe is responsible for your problems. Maybe you're blaming the government, the society, the politicians. Don't just be like Jay. Listen to the story. There was a friend in my village where I grew up. He was a very gentleman. He used to tell us, you see, me, I'm unhappy just because I took much more attention to my family. You see, I'm unhappy because I had more kids. I had a lot of responsibility to bear, and I had to educate my kids. I had to take responsibility for my wife, and so the man's stress and him not being happy was a result of him bearing some responsibilities of other people's around him. I think he was playing a blame game. Then I asked him, why you think that because you're not happy is because you have people around you, like they were taking everything from you? I think it was your choice to have kids, or your choice to have a wife. Then he told me, just because you're young, you haven't gotten any kid, and remember this country we live in, people are so corrupt, and people are poor. So how can you survive in this poverty and this poor economy? So life is hard. Life is hard. He was scaring me. But I think that was his reality. He thought that being responsible, it really necessitates you to suffer the more. Having more kids, having more problems, it was his reality and reason why he's unhappy. But this is a kicker. Happiness is something you create, something you choose to happen. It's not something that really happens to you accidentally. Happiness, it's something you earn, you work for. If you decide to eat well today and you do it, who will gain? It's you. If you decide to run a kilometer in a certain time and you don't run it, who would have deceived himself? It's you. So the decision you make in the long run determines your lifestyle, determines your destiny, determines what you call your real life. Because if you believe that the economy you're living in is so corrupt for you to bear your responsibility, it becomes your reality. By the way, the economy does not care about your problems, and the government will never mind about your issues. Neither your family will never care about how stressed you are. Not until you wake up and take actions about your issues, about your problem. This goes to young generations. Don't wait to be like my old friend way back in the village who told me that he's unhappy because his family was too reliant on him. Wake up and decide. Don't listen to people's opinions who are leading you astray. When do you pick advice from that poor person, yet you're aiming at getting rich? Why do you take advice from a builder, yet you want to use it in farming? So if you want to learn how to make shoe, go to a shoemaker, get that advice. See, I learned that from the book Richest Man in the Bible. If you want to make money, seek advice from people, those who are making lots of money already. I thought in the story story which I've just shared. Maybe when he grew up and kids have just left home, and maybe so if you take time and pay attention to what really your life is and what you ought to achieve in life, you will realize that you wasted a lot of time listening to people's ideas and opinions at how your life should look like. Remember, if you really want to eat a nice meals, you don't really have to follow what someone is telling you. You have to decide and cook that best meal. If you really want to look nice, you go select best clothes and put on the right attire, then you look good. If you want to be healthy, I don't think you really need a specialist for that prestigious university or whatever. You really have to think about how you eat and how you take your time. So same applies if you really want to work on your life, you want to be rich. So you really have to work on your habits, on your daily routine habits, and think how rich people behave. Then you do the same thing, then you get the same results. By the way, I always get headache with this system called school, where they groom you to be orderly, believe and obey, follow rules and regulations, be on time, cram things, then get a good job. Follow what your boss tells you. What if you think of becoming the boss and giving orders to those who took time and energy to listen what the school told them? It's the choice you make that it shapes your reality. It's your choice to be a nice parent. You can decide to be a good dad, a good mom. You can choose to be the greatest entrepreneur you ever lived. It's the choice you make that really shapes your destiny. I made a choice to record this video, knowing that people like you will find time and click on it to watch. So you've made a choice to watch this particular clip. You can again make another choice to live your life at a fully pace. Blessings. Jay thought at one point the government should be blamed because of his sufferings. Maybe thought just is having poor friends around him. He never realized that life is all about taking your personal responsibility and working on your lifestyle. He didn't realize that. So don't waste life living like Jay.